Isabella Grayson was a paranormal investigator, known for her daring explorations into the unknown. She had traveled the world, uncovering the secrets of haunted locations, but Pretoria presented a new challenge. The city's rich history and eerie stories drew her in, and she couldn't resist the temptation to uncover its mysteries. Her journey began with an old, dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of the city, known among locals as the Whispering House. Legend had it that the house was once home to a wealthy family, the Van der Merwes, who mysteriously disappeared one night in 1887. Neighbors claimed to hear whispers emanating from the house, and no one dared to enter after dark. Isabella, undeterred by the stories, decided to spend a night in the Whispering House. Armed with her camera, audio recorder, and a notebook, she stepped through the creaking door, her heart pounding with excitement and trepidation. As she explored the house, she noticed the eerie silence that enveloped her. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and every step she took seemed to echo louder than the last. In the dim light of her flashlight, she saw portraits of the Van der Merwe family, their eyes seemingly following her every move. Suddenly, a cold breeze swept through the room, and Isabella heard a faint whisper, barely audible. She strained to listen, but the words were indistinguishable. Undeterred, she set up her equipment in the living room and settled in for the night, determined to uncover the house's secrets. As the hours passed, Isabella's equipment began to pick up strange noises. Faint whispers, distant footsteps, and the sound of a child's laughter echoed through the house. She reviewed the recordings, her curiosity turning into unease. The whispers seemed to be calling her name. Determined to find the source, Isabella ventured into the basement, where the whispers grew louder. She discovered a hidden door, partially covered by a tattered rug. With a deep breath, she opened it and descended a narrow staircase into a dark, dank cellar. The air was colder here, and Isabella felt a shiver run down her spine. She noticed old, rusted chains and shackles hanging from the walls, and her mind raced with grim possibilities. The whispers grew louder, and she could finally make out the words. "Help us, free us." Isabella's heart raced as she followed the voices to a corner of the cellar. There, she found a small, locked chest. With trembling hands, she pried it open and discovered a collection of old letters and photographs, detailing the tragic fate of the Van der Merwe family. The letters revealed that the family had been accused of practicing dark magic and had been imprisoned in their own home by a vengeful mob. The whispers were their desperate pleas for help, trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. Isabella's next destination was the old Pretoria General Hospital, abandoned for decades. Once a beacon of hope and healing, it had become a place of fear and darkness after a series of unexplained deaths in the 1920s. The hospital's history was steeped in mystery, and locals claimed it was haunted by the restless spirits of those who had died there. As Isabella approached the hospital, she felt a sense of foreboding. The building loomed ominously against the night sky, its windows shattered and walls covered in ivy. She entered through a broken window, her flashlight casting eerie shadows on the walls. The interior of the hospital was a maze of decaying rooms and dark corridors. Isabella's footsteps echoed through the empty halls, and she could feel the weight of countless eyes watching her. She set up her equipment in the old operating theater, where the most disturbing events were said to have occurred. As she explored the hospital, she encountered strange phenomena, objects moving on their own, doors slamming shut, and the sound of ghostly whispers. But it was in the morgue that she experienced the most chilling encounter. While examining the old autopsy tables, Isabella felt a cold hand brush against her arm. She turned to see a translucent figure standing before her, a nurse in an old-fashioned uniform, her eyes filled with sorrow. "Please, help me," the nurse whispered. "I cannot find peace." Isabella's heart ached for the spirit, and she vowed to uncover the truth behind the hospital's dark history. She discovered that the nurse, named Margaret, had been wrongfully accused of malpractice and had taken her own life in despair. Her spirit remained, seeking justice and redemption. Isabella's final investigation took her to Magnolia Street, a quiet suburban road with a dark secret. For years, residents had reported sightings of ghostly children playing in the streets at night. These children were believed to be the victims of a tragic fire that had destroyed an orphanage in the 1930s. Determined to uncover the truth, Isabella visited the site of the old orphanage. The building had been reduced to rubble, but the spirits of the children lingered, their laughter and cries echoing through the night. As she explored the ruins, Isabella saw the faint outlines of children, their faces filled with sadness and longing. She set up her equipment and began to communicate with the spirits, hoping to understand their plight. Through her recordings, Isabella learned that the orphanage fire had been no accident. A corrupt official, eager to claim the land for his own, had set the building ablaze, trapping the children inside. The spirits of the children remained, seeking justice and closure. Isabella knew she had to help the spirits find peace. She gathered evidence of the arson and shared it with the authorities, bringing the truth to light. The corrupt official's descendants were held accountable, and a memorial was erected to honor the children who had lost their lives. With each investigation, Isabella uncovered the dark side of Pretoria, revealing the hidden stories of pain, injustice, and tragedy. But her journey was far from over. As she delved deeper into the city's paranormal encounters, she realized that there was a common thread connecting them all. Isabella discovered an ancient artifact, a cursed amulet that had been passed down through generations. The amulet had been used to summon and control spirits, its power corrupting those who possessed it. The artifact had found its way to Pretoria, leaving a trail of darkness and despair in its wake. Determined to break the curse, Isabella sought the help of a local historian and occult expert, Dr. Jonathan Blackwood. Together, they deciphered the amulet's origins and the ritual needed to destroy it. On a stormy night, they performed the ritual at the site of the Whispering House, where the curse had first taken hold. As the amulet was destroyed, a blinding light filled the room, and the spirits trapped by the curse were finally set free. Isabella felt a sense of relief and accomplishment. Her journey had not only uncovered the dark side of Pretoria but had also brought peace to the restless spirits that haunted the city. Isabella's story of the dark side of Pretoria became a sensation, captivating audiences worldwide. Her YouTube channel garnered millions of views, and her investigations inspired others to explore the paranormal and seek justice for those wronged by history. Pretoria, once known for its hidden darkness, became a symbol of resilience and redemption. The city embraced its past, honoring the memories of those who had suffered and celebrating the courage of those who sought the truth. Isabella continued her work, uncovering paranormal encounters and shining a light on the stories that had been forgotten. Her journey was far from over, but she knew that the spirits of Pretoria would always remain a part of her story.